I think the shift in India is irretrievably dangerous. What it means is that it's not short-term dangerous, medium-term dangerous. It is going to create a whole dynamic which we will not be able to reverse. You may know that Pakistan, together with India and all of South Asia, happens to be one of the least integrated areas in all of the world. The African Union does better than SAARC, which is the South Asian regional cooperation.
In terms of international trade in the region, for example.
Yes, in terms of regional integration, trade within the region, etc., etc. Now, when you take that forward, India is now becoming the bully for the entire region and is actually going against every international commitment and, frankly speaking, regional commitments and bilateral commitments it made to Pakistan by what it did in Kashmir. Now, when you do all of that, what do you become? You become a rogue state. Now, how difficult it is for a country like Pakistan, which is...
So the former Pakistani Foreign Minister is saying that the Indians presently are a rogue state under Modi.
Absolutely saying that they are a rogue state, not only internationally or regionally, but even to their own people, because the state is known by its commitments to its own people and to the world and to the region. If a state renegades on all the commitments it makes, then it becomes a rogue state.
Sure.
There are currently some more than 5 or, many Security Council resolutions which exist on how India and Pakistan are going to act in trying to resolve the Kashmir issue.
Right.
Now, if one country decides to throw all of that in the dustbin, including the bilateral commitments that it had with Pakistan, which is in the form of Simla agreement, and the commitments it had to what it calls its own citizens, to throw it all in the dustbin and decides to act because no one can come and
do anything about
it. Then
and it's an enormously popular policy,
absolutely,
both domestically and among Indians abroad.
Exactly, and that's the dangerous part, Ian, because all over the world, we're seeing this in the US, we're seeing this in the UK, we're seeing it in Austria perhaps also, but certainly in India, that leaders whose populism is based on doing what is not right for the country are getting voted in. As they get voted in on the basis of that popular vote, which is not perhaps good for the country, they still take their country in directions which are not good for it. Now, what is happening in India...
It's based on tribalism, effectively,
absolutely,
right? I mean,
based on division, based on fear. You know the quote of Franklin Roosevelt, that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, right? Currently, fear is being sold very well by all of these extremist type of populist leaders all over the world, India being no exception.
And do you think that that's going to lead to similar political developments in Pakistan?
Well, I think in Pakistan also, I'm not very fond of how the Prime Minister has been very divisive. I think by and large, there has been a lot of political maturity that has been shown by the opposition parties, and those are things that we have learned over the decades. And we hope that this political maturity that is shown by the opposition parties will have an impact on the government, and perhaps we'll be able to meander through these very difficult times. Globally, I think there are difficult times, regionally difficult times, even for Pakistan, economically, within the region. It's not a happy place to be in right now.